Welcome back. The game is over between the Bengals and the Ravens. Ardo Cal, Ryan Smith with you. What a day of football.
Oh, yeah.
So thankful for it. Lots of teams got stuffed.
Stomach is full. Eyes are happy to be watching a lot of football, and we got a lot to get to.
Yes, let's get to this game, though. Bengals, Ravens, Joe Burrow back. First game since his toe injury week 2, early first quarter, scoreless, 3rd and 7. Hits Jamar Chase, but it falls incomplete. Settle for a field goal with the Bengals, 3-0. But watch, Burrow changing his shoes while he's on the sideline. Remember, he had that toe injury. Ravens down 3-0. Derrick Henry gets it. You gonna stop him? Rumbling. Touchdown. 28-yard touchdown. 8th season with 10 rushing touchdowns. Only LaDainian Tomlinson has more all-time. Ravens up 7-3. Second quarter. Ravens up 7-6. 2nd and 9. Lamar finds Isaiah Likely. He's likely to get a touchdown. And then Isaiah Likely loses the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. It's ruled a touchback. Look at that. At first it looked like he scored before it fell out, but no. Jordan Battle knocking it away. A fumble and a touchback. Big mistake for the Ravens. Off the turnover. Bengals, 1st and 10. Burrow deep to Jamar Chase. Back from suspension and looking like his old self. 43 yards right there. Huge play. They'd be forced to settle for another field goal. 9-7 Bengals. 36 seconds left in the first half. Lamar losing the football. Look, he said he had forward motion, but you watch, slip right out of his hands.
Oh.
Fumble call stands. Second fumble of the first half. John Harbaugh not pleased. Bengals would add another field goal. 12-7 at halftime. Third quarter. Joe Burrow, 3rd and 9. Joe Burrow looking. Joe Burrow. Tanner Hudson. Touchdown. Burrow looking like his old self out there. And Hudson looking great with that catch. 19-7 Bengals. About a minute left in the third. Minute and a half left in the third. 19-14. Look at Burrow. To Andre Yoshivash. A touchdown for him. Bengals up 26-14. Early fourth. Ravens. Same score. Lamar intercepted. Demetrius Knight Jr. takes it back 39 yards. Miles Murphy getting his hand on the ball. If you look at the replay, right there, and Lamar just kind of looking at this and saying, what did you do? Bengals had another field goal. They sure like field goals. It's 29-14. Lamar here completes it to Zay Flowers. Ball knocked out. DJ Turner, the second, recovers. That kind of night for the Ravens. 5 turnovers. Bengals win this one 32-14.
Damian Woody joining us now here on SportsCenter. So, Damian, Joe Burrow returns and leads the Bengals to a win. What did you see from number 9 in his first game since week 2?
Yeah, I saw a guy that was moving around pretty well. That was the one thing I was looking out for, considering his lower leg injury that held him out of 9 games. I thought he maneuvered in and outside the pocket. He was accurate with the football. He was decisive. He pretty much looked like the old Joe Burrow, which is kind of scary if we're thinking about the Cincinnati Bengals coming down the stretch.
Yeah, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not a bad game for Joe Burrow. And he looked good doing it, hooking up with Jamar Chase right there. And you know what? The Ravens, let's talk about them. They snapped their 5-game winning streak. Some key mistakes offensively. Damian, how concerned are you with this type of game for Lamar and these Ravens after they had that win streak this game?
Yeah, I mean, listen, 5 turnovers. You're not going to win any game, turn the ball over 5 times. But anyone who's been watching the Ravens as of late, there's some concerning signs, particularly on the offensive side. You don't see Lamar Jackson running as well as he used to in the past. It looked like he's injured out there, playing with the injury, and this offense just not able to run the ball as we've once seen with the Baltimore Ravens. So, they're 6-6. They fall into second place behind the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got to figure this thing out, or Baltimore could be in a position where they're on the outside looking in come the end of the season.
And they can't have 5 turnovers. Okay, more from Damian in a bit.
All right, let's talk about implications here. The Bengals win and snap a 4-game losing streak, their first win since October 16th against the Steelers. Cincinnati had lost 8 of their last 9 entering Thursday's game against the Ravens. And unsurprisingly, all of those losses came without Joe Burrow. The Bengals are now a perfect 3-0 with Burrow starting under center this season and just 1-8 with anybody else without the last name Burrow. It won't be easy, but the Bengals still have a slim chance. So you're saying there's a chance? I suppose so. They have their work cut out for them as they head to Buffalo next week, followed by a rematch against the Ravens. All right, Damien, let's play the "so you're saying there's a chance" Jim Carrey thing here. The Bengals are still alive in the AFC North. What are their realistic chances to save this season and make the playoffs now that Burrow is back?
Yeah, listen, tonight was a great night, but it's ever so slim. I mean, their margin for error is next to nothing. And here's the thing. Tonight, this defense got 5 turnovers. But look at the body of work this whole season when we talk about the Cincinnati Bengals defense. They're the worst defense in the National Football League. So we can't realistically count on the Cincinnati Bengals defense creating that many turnovers moving forward. They'll be able to score points, no doubt about it, with Joe Burrow and getting T. Higgins back and Jamar Chase and company. But this defense is still a real big issue for the Cincinnati Bengals.
So it's interesting. When you talk about that, the defense being an issue, maybe they don't have such a great chance to make the playoffs. But what kind of lift does it give a team for Joe Burrow to come back anyway and continue to perform and continue to play, even though it really looks like their playoff chances are slim?
No, it just speaks to the character of Joe Burrow. Think about it. You know, you missed 9 games. Your team is sitting at, what is it, like 4-8 or whatever whatever the record is. And the season is basically almost over. You're hanging on by a pulse, for the Cincinnati Bengals. But your guys still out there playing. There's some guys who could have easily would have folded up and said, you know what? This season is lost. I'm not playing. But Joe Burrow just showing, like, look, man, I love playing this game. We're, getting paid to play a kid's game. And I'm sure his teammates respect him for doing that.
Damien, always appreciate you being here on SportsCenter. Go Islanders.
Yeah, that's right. Go Islanders, baby.
Ensuing Chiefs drive, 1st and 10. Mahomes, quick screen pass to Rashee Rice. Takes it 27 yards to the house. Chiefs up 7-zip. Halfway through the first, Cowboys in the red zone. Prescott finds C.D. Lamb. He had himself a game in this one. Corner of the end zone, touchdown. We are tied. Under 3 left in the first. Mahomes will scramble for 16 yards, and that will be a first down. Chiefs now inside the Dallas 10-yard line looking to score. Later in the drive, 4th and goal. Mahomes to Travis Kelce. Touchdown. 10th career season with 5 receiving touchdowns for Kelce. Chiefs ahead 14-7. Second quarter, Cowboys down 4. Malik Davis will take the handoff. Bursts 43 yards. Ooh. See you later. Watch me run. See the soles of my feet as I go into the house. 17-14, Cowboys lead at the half. Chiefs 4th and goal in the 4th quarter. Mahomes will hit Rice again for the touchdown, and the Chiefs take the lead by 1. Ensuing Cowboys drive. Prescott to George Pickens, who breaks a tackle, sprints down the sideline, and watch this. Hurdles a defender. Are you kidding me? Come on.
I love that.
Video games. Yes, let's go. Peekaboo. Here I am. A few plays later, Prescott scrambles until he dumps it off to Javonte Williams for the 3-yard tutty. Cowboys up 28-21 after the 2-point conversion. Later, Prescott goes deep to who? C.D. Lamb, 51-yard gain. He had company. It didn't matter. At 112 yards, 7 receptions, and 1 touchdown, did C.D. Lamb a big game. Prescott later would find Pickens, who then, wait a second, fumbles the ball. But Kevontae Turpin races to recover. Ooh, that was close.
Very close.
The path of least resistance is not in the Cowboys' vocabulary in this game.
It's not how they
Mahomes, under pressure, escapes multiple defenders. Throws as he's falling down to Xavier Worthy for the 42-yard gain. Come on, Patrick Mahomes. He's done this at the Super Bowl. He was like horizontal. He was like perpendicular or parallel to the field.
He's magic.
At times when he's throwing, absolutely. Mahomes later would find Hollywood Brown, back of the end zone. That's a touchdown. Chiefs not going away. It's 31-28. Just over 2 minutes left in the 4th, though. Cowboys facing 3rd and 2, looking to ice the game. Prescott hits Pickens on his slant for the first down. Prescott at 320 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Cowboys go on to win 31-28. Here's Dallas coach Brian Schottenheimer on the win.
And we're trying to honor not just Marshawn, but we're trying to honor each other with the way we prep and the way we work. And short weeks aren't easy. I mean, they're the same for everybody, but emotional game against Philadelphia, right? And you have to come back and really, without hardly any practice this week, to be able to go and do what we did today, I think is a testament to the young men in that locker room.
You're talking about two organizations that obviously know how to win, and we just beat them both in two great games, as you said, in 4 days, and just showing the resiliency of this unit, of this brotherhood, on top of everything that we've been through. I can tell you right now that we're not going to just sit on some high because of that. We know we've got a big one coming again next week, and all this really does for us is just give us more confidence, knowing that we can go play with whoever.
At the end of the day, you just gotta win every game now, and hope that's enough. So, we're gonna play a lot of good football teams coming up. And if we're gonna make the playoffs, we're gonna have to win them all, and that's gotta be the mindset when we step into the building when we get back.
And Damian Woody joins us now to break it all down here on SportsCenter. So, Damian, the Cowboys beat the Chiefs. They've now beaten both of the teams who were in last year's Super Bowl in a 4-day span. So, what was the difference for Dallas to get another key win here?
Yeah, I think it was a couple things. Number one, Dak Prescott was absolutely spectacular in this game, and whether it was inside the pocket or making plays when Kansas City was bringing pressure, Dak Prescott was a force multiplier, making plays with, going to his receivers, whether it was CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens, but he was spectacular. And also the defense, after the first couple series by the Kansas City Chiefs, and in which they went and scored, I thought they really buckled in and really pressured Patrick Mahomes in this game. So between Dak Prescott and that defense, they really showed out today against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Cowboys have now scored 30-plus points at home 4 times this season after not doing it once all of last season. So on the flip side, Kansas City, they're in danger of missing the playoffs, Damien, for the first time with Mahomes as a starter. As we look at their upcoming schedule, next week they play the Texans on Sunday night. They play 2 teams that already beat them in the Chargers and Broncos. All 3 of those games will be at home. So I ask you, Mr. Woody, are the Chiefs running out of time to turn this season around?
I think they have run out of time. Not running out. I think they have run out of time. I think the kingdom has fallen for this season. Look, they're just, as opposed to last year when they were winning a lot of one-score games, they're not able to do that this year. I thought Patrick Mahomes was playing pretty well. I thought the pressure from the Dallas Cowboys on defense, particularly in the second half, was really starting to get to Patrick Mahomes. And they're just not making those plays that we've been accustomed to seeing from the Kansas City Chiefs in those close games. And that's really the difference between this year and years past.
The Chiefs allowed a season-high 9 conversions on 3rd down against the Cowboys, their second most since 2019. We will be back with Damian Woody in just a little. Back with you on SportsCenter. CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys taking on the Chiefs. Lamb had 3 drops on Sunday against the Eagles, tied for most in any game in his career. Here's Lamb Tuesday on fixing this problem.
You want to be solution-oriented and not really much dwell on the problem. Granted, we know the problem. I need to catch the ball. But, right. But other than that, man, we'll be fine. When I do catch it, be ready.
We were ready, Ryan. He had himself a game. He definitely fixed the problem in this one. That's Lamb in the end zone for the touchdown. What an excellent play by Lamb. He makes a nice 2-handed catch for the score here. Cowboys tie it up there. Dallas fan has a festive, just bringing it down. Forget the turkey. I'm here for Lamb.
Nice.
Turkey's a terrible Thanksgiving.
You really don't like turkey.
I don't like turkey as a meat. It wouldn't even be drafted in a meat draft. I'm just saying. Prescott deep, hauled in by Lamb at the Chiefs' 39-yard line. That's a 51-yard reception for Lamb. 3 minutes left to play. Prescott fires one. That's the replay there, just beautiful by Lamb. And he gets it done again. Fires one towards the sideline, does Prescott. Lamb is here for the crucial first down. The Cowboys would win this game 31-28. Lamb at 112 yards, 7 receptions. Sound up in the locker room.